Let's review. So Liverpool were taking on Southampton this evening and put in probably one of the worst performances I've seen in a long, long time. Even worse than the Burnley performance at the start of the season in the Premier League, and even worse than maybe even the Bournemouth game where we we were 3-1 up and lost 4-3. It was really, really bad. Liverpool started off exactly how they always tend to start off. Start like bossing some of the possession and stuff like that, and getting looking like they're gonna look for that breakthrough, but for some reason it just doesn't come. And for me, I've said it all along, I've said it for a long time this season, that for me, Daniel Sturridge is not your starting striker. I don't care how good he's done in some games, and I'm not slagging the striker off, I'm really, really not. But for me, he's not your starting striker. For me, Origi or Firmino should be your starting striker up front. I know that we're going to need Sturridge in place of Mane for some reason, because Mane is going to be away with the African Cup of Nations for however long they're going to stay in the tournament, his team. But at the end of the day, it's Sturridge is not the starting striker that I would put on, and I certainly wouldn't put him up there on his own. If we're going to keep the same formation, and this is obviously key looking towards the Man United game now, because now Man United have had a very good couple of good performances now. They've got 6 straight wins, I think it is, or they've got 9 straight wins in total, but they've won their last six games. They're going to be in unbelievable form. We've now, I think, in our last 6 games, we've won 3, drew 2, and lost 1. And we are not going to be coming into that game with a very good deal of form. And the problem that we had in this game definitely was, as soon as they got their goal, that was it, game over. Essentially game over right then, because for some reason the mentality just dropped. We didn't have that mentality that we normally would have in a game. It's like, right, we'll just strike back. And to be fair, there can be no excuses about that lineup that we put out tonight. That lineup was strong enough to get something from this game, even if it was a draw, which is what I predicted. It definitely was what I predicted, and it really enforces what I think we're going to get, or the maximum that we could get from the Man United game this weekend. People say that form and stuff like that goes out the window for those sorts of games, but sometimes it's going to play into your hands. You know how Mourinho is going to set up at the weekend. You know how he's going to do that. Anyway, getting back to the Southampton game, full credit to Southampton, because Southampton did what they had to do. They put in a very good defensive performance. They did well going forward. Jesus Christ. It was lucky for us that going to Anfield in the second leg, it's only 1-0 that we lost. Because we could have lost that. The clearances off the line, obviously the actual goal that they scored, it was very, very poorly defended. And I can't explain it, because some of these players have played well for us in the past. They played well, Karius, all right, people can say maybe Karius being in there has maybe transferred a bit of negativity into that back four, but that was a strong lineup and there can be no excuses. That same lineup in the past, or maybe with a couple of differences, and Coutinho featuring off the bench, who did brighten things up a little bit, but that team in the past has ripped apart some teams. So there's no excuses whatsoever. Right now, we are in a very we're not in a very negative thing, in a very negative place, but we're creeping towards a very negative place. If we don't start turning around these results, if we don't pick up at least a draw, maybe even a win at Man United, this could be exactly why I was predicting that we were only going to get top 4 maximum this season. Everyone's saying that we are odds on for a title push. Not yet, because these are sorts of games that you have to turn around. Yes, it's a cup game and it's not a Premier League game. Man United at the weekend is going to be no pushover whatsoever. Absolutely not. It's going to be the complete opposite. It's going to be a fight. We're going to have to fight for everything that we've got in that game. We really, really are. I think people are underestimating that ever so slightly. We are going to have to fight so hard, so much better in defence. We're going to have to be. I'll see Mignolet will probably be back in goal, but it's not like having De Gea in goal, is it? And then having a pretty solid back four in front of him. Sometimes they can be good. We need Joel Matip back. Desperately need Joel Matip back. We need that solidity and calmness in the defence. But more importantly as well, we need to learn how to break teams down. You saw how Southampton sat in their box, how far they sat back. Even especially the last 20 minutes of that game, they could break on us pretty quickly. But as soon as we got the ball back and played possession, they had about 9 men behind the ball, and it was very, very difficult. You had Milner trying to float crosses in, and no one's moving in the box. It was unbelievable. Very, very bad performance. One that I would want to forget. I think most Liverpool fans will want to forget pretty damn quickly as well. And we'll have to move on pretty quick. But very, very disappointing today. In an evening that has been complete by Liverpool losing. I'm still getting worse and worse, very ill. And I split my underwear doing box jumps tonight. So I'm not very happy at all. Okay. So anyway, look, we're going to have to move on. These videos are going to be quick when we do the Let's Review. Because I don't want to, especially one like this. I don't. I certainly don't want to be talking about this one for a long, long time. But something needs to change drastically. Otherwise, we're going to be out the cups. We could even drift even further down the league, and we can't have that happen. We really, really can't. We need to be in top four at least. Otherwise, we may have failed this season. So anyway, fingers crossed we can pick something up against Manchester United. She should be next to me somewhere here on the screen for where I've done a preview of that as well. Go check that out and see what you think. If you enjoyed this video, you're probably not a Liverpool fan, but if you've enjoyed the video, please drop a like on it as usual. Subscribe if you're new around here. I hope next time I do a review, we're in a much better place. But if not, I'll still do a review anyway. So if you've enjoyed it, please, as I say, drop a like, subscribe if you're new around here. Thanks ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.